everybody, welcome back to Homestead Heart, and I am in the kitchen. I just did a video on harvesting broccoli and cauliflower, and I said that I would take you all along and show you how I process and prepare this broccoli for freezing. Real easy. Okay, so now I'm gonna go ahead and switch the camera around, and I've already cut the broccoli and the cauliflower. I didn't think you needed to see me cut that off the stalk, because we probably have done that a million times when we buy cauliflower and broccoli in the store. We just cut off that really big stem and we use only the florets, right? So that's what I do. It's pretty much the same thing, but I'm going to show you my next steps. Okay? All right, let's get to it. All right, you all. So what I am using are these 17-gallon tubs, wash tubs that I purchased from Walmart, $5 a pop. And I figure like these are really good for holding a lot of harvest quickly. All right, now I can't say that they are BPA free and all of that. My food is not going to be in these containers long enough for anything to leach into them. Literally 20 minutes is what we're talking about, and then out they're coming. Okay, so I'm not really concerned about any leaching. This is just a container. I needed something really large to hold the harvest, yet I needed it to be inexpensive. And again, these were only $5 a tub, and I have 2 of them. And of course, these look just like the tubs that I used to plant our trees in, our fruit trees. So these are coming in handy. So I already have the broccoli in the tub. All right, now this was like 2 heads of broccoli, and the rest were all side shoots. And I have them here in this container. And then this is the cauliflower. And you can see there is a lot of cauliflower, you all, in this tub. And I mean a lot. All right. And a lot of it is turning purple. And so I'm beginning to think that this wasn't just regular cauliflower. This was my purple of Sicily cauliflower. And it had just started turning purple when I started to harvest it. As you could see, some of it is purple. All right, y'all. So that's pretty much it for that. I've cut them off the main broccoli or cauliflower stems, like I said. And as you can see, we just have the florets here. Okay, just the florets. Some are bigger than others. I could actually cut that again, but some are bigger than others. But this is all I'm left with, is the floret right here. Okay, the same with the broccoli. Look at this. See here? Just the florets. Okay, look at that. Beautiful broccoli, right? All right, now I'm going to show you what I'm doing. Alright, y'all, this is my big pot. And in my pot here, I am adding some salt. This is a 1/4 of a cup right here of salt. Alright, you all, so the reason why I have added salt to this is because I'm making a saltwater bath for my broccoli and my cauliflower. And it's 1/4 of a cup of salt to every gallon of water. Now my pot holds 2 gallons, so I just simply double the amount of salt that I'm putting in here. Okay, and I'm doing it this way because of the video, but typically I know how much water I'm going to put in here and how much salt needs to go in that tub. But this is better because I get to dissolve the salt in the water before I ever pour it in that tub. Okay, so all I'm going to do is just mix that around. And I'm just dissolving the salt in the water. That's it. And I'm going to let this fill up until I get to 2 gallons of water in this pot. All of the salt is dissolved, so now I'm just going to fill it up. Just fill it up. I'm pouring it over. Now I'm just going to give this a mash down in the water. Look at that beautiful purple cauliflower. Awesome sauce. All right, you all. So now the reason why I do it this way is because, number one, it's a time saver. Okay, putting the broccoli and the cauliflower in a saltwater bath, I will set a timer for 30 minutes and I will let this sit for 30, even 40 minutes if I'm busy, you know, but I will let this sit like this. And what happens is the salt water, it pulls the worms and slugs, anything that might be hiding in your broccoli or cauliflower. Look, when Mr. H and I were sitting out on the porch, because he helped me cut these, so when we were sitting out on the porch, like if it was a bigger piece of broccoli that was stuck to get, whoops, if it was stuck together, well, those little cabbage worms, they like to hide up in there, right? The bigger the floret, the worms like to hide in there. And if you cut it open, you can find the worms. Sometimes they'll be stuck in the middle of something in there, right? So you have worms and things like that, other pests that like to just hide inside of the florets of your broccoli or your cauliflower. So when you put them inside of a saltwater bath, they can't stand that salt water. And eventually they let go, they start to fall to the bottom and they die, and you'll see them sitting at the bottom of whatever you have them soaking in, okay? Now my sink is not big enough for all of the broccoli and cauliflower that I have down here, so using these tubs makes a big difference. So once that 30-minute time is up, you all, I will bring you back and I will show you what I do next. Because all I'm going to do is pour this salt water off, give them a rinse, and then I'm going to blanch them. Yep, I'm not done. This is a multi-step process. I'm going to blanch them and then get them ready for the freezer. All right? Y'all stay tuned. I'll see you in 30 minutes. Or maybe a few seconds. All right, so it has been 30 minutes. Timer done. I've already started taking my cauliflower out of this big bucket and moving it into my sink, okay? And right now I'm running a sink of cool water, and what I'm going to do here is, after I blanch my broccoli and my cauliflower, I will blanch it for 3 minutes in boiling water, and then out it will come and go into this cool water, and that will stop the cooking process. All right, now once my sink is filled, I will pause the blanching process and go ahead and allow this to completely cool, and then I will put it inside a freezer bag. So I'm going to go ahead now and dip this out and show you. It's real simple. I grab my bucket. Let me show you. All right, so I grab my bucket and I just scoop a bunch of it out in not my bucket, in my pot. And I scoop a bunch of it out like so. And I'm going to drain off this water, because I don't want that water. And I'm going to dump that in my sink of. Okay, now that I have it in my sink of clean water, I just give it a toss. That's all. I'm just rinsing it. Just want to get that salt out. And if there's anything else that could still be floating around in here, gonna give it just a little quick rinse, right? So now this is ready to go in the boiling water. Yes, it is. All right, so now all I'm going to do is just scoop this out in this pot. You can use your hands, but I'm trying to get as much of that water out of here as possible, because I got a pot full of water, right? That's probably going to be all that could fit in my pot. And in the hot water, it's going to go. All right, I got my pot ready. I'm going to take the lid off. Water is boiling. I'm going to go ahead and get this cauliflower in this pot. I could just pour it in, but this is a video. Whoops. Alright, I'm going to drop that in gently because we don't want that water to splash on us and burn us, right? Nah, we don't want that. Alright. Now, I'm going to set a timer. 3 minutes. I'm going to put a lid on this. I'm going to leave it slightly ajar because we don't want that to boil over. But 3 minutes on the clock. And once this is done, it's going in the cool water. Alright, 3 minutes is up. Now you can do this between 3 and 5 minutes, okay? If you want to leave it a little bit longer, you can, but I'm not. I'm going to stop it here. Take my lid off and use my little handy dandy. Alright, and I'm going to go ahead and scoop this into this pot because this is going into that cool water over there. Alright, and what I'm going to do next is put the lid back on this because I want to keep this water really, really hot, okay? So I'm going to put the lid back on, and this is going to go into the sink of cold water. Alright, so I'm just going to pour that in, just like so. Alright, you all, now I'm going to grab my next batch, and it continues. And this is what I'm going to do until all my cauliflower is blanched. This cauliflower is completely cool, and I'll be honest, I've already been nibbling on it. I'm just going to take it, put it in my pan here, and the timer's getting ready to go off on my other batch. I'm just going to put it in this pan. And make room for my cauliflower that's coming out the pot. And y'all, I gotta admit, look at this. This stuff is so good. Everything is all blanched, and I'm just getting it packaged up. And I'm using just some regular freezer bags. I'm going to get it inside of this bag. And you can put as much or as little in your freezer bags as you choose, right? You can do the servings based upon the size of your family, okay? Now this is a gallon freezer bag here, but as you can see, if you want, and I'm going to push as much air out of here as I can too, all right? And then I fold it over, then I zip it all the way up, and that just helps to get. Alright, sit it down here and do it. Get as much air out as I can. And then I fold it over like so. That's why the air wouldn't come out of my bag. I gotta get another one. hefty old me a bag and 5 cauliflower florets. Yes. Take 2. So I am going to take my cauliflower and just put it in my bag. Now, for me, this is probably about 1.5 to 1¾ pounds of cauliflower, right? Yeah, it's probably about 1.5 or so pounds of cauliflower. That's what that's supposed to look like. Okay, now I'm just flattening this up a bit, and I'm going to write on this bag the month and the year. So it's going to be June of 2020, okay? Now, I'm not really concerned about the day. I don't care about the day. If this bag makes it a year, whoopee. But I doubt that very seriously, okay? So, there's an ant on my screen. But I just pretty much put the month and the year on this bag, okay? And then I'm going to put this in my freezer. So all of the cauliflower has been done. I am moving on to the broccoli. Three minutes on the clock. That entire process that I went through of making sure to get the worms and stuff out, you all, the only thing I could say, if there's still a worm in here, and there was at this point, look at that. There you go. If there's still a worm in here at this point, y'all, trust me, he ain't happy. Now, if you like, you all, you can even go as far as to weigh it, so you'll know exactly how much you're putting inside of your bag, right? So you can even go as far as to weigh it. And right here, what I have here is about 1.5 pounds of broccoli, okay? So I'll just pop open the bag. This if you want to do it this way. You don't have to do it this way. You really could just put it all in there and just take out what you need. But if you really want to be more detailed, more specific, you can just come in and you can just weigh it if you want. So you'll know how many pounds you got too, right? So this is, take that off, 1.5 pounds. So I'm going to put this 1.5 pounds in this bag. Zip it up, and my 1 3/4 pound package of broccoli is done, right? And I got one more here. You all, this is how I store my broccoli now, and my cauliflower. Now again, you can even pickle this stuff if you like. If you like pickled cauliflower and pickled broccoli, you can even pickle it, right? But I just prefer to go ahead and get mine taken care of this way. All right, y'all, that is going to do it for how I process and prepare my broccoli and my cauliflower for the freezer, okay? So I hope you found this video helpful. If you did, go ahead and give it a thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe to our channel and hit that notification bell so you don't miss a single video that we upload to our channel. Thank you all so much again for watching Homestead Heart. Peace and blessings to each and every one of you, and I'm going to see you in the next video. And always remember, y'all, grow your groceries. Grow your groceries.